Opening visual, a bright, upscale store shelf filled with fancy designer water bottles, glass bottles, shiny labels, glowing lights, voiceover narration. All right, let's talk about something that's literally as basic as it gets. Water. Yep, plain old H2O. But somehow, companies have managed to turn it into a luxury item. Cut to, a hand reaches for a $5 bottle of artisanal glacier water. The person looks impressed, buys it. Voiceover. Designer water bottles. My friend, you've probably seen them. Sleek packaging, buzzwords like alkaline, ionized, electrolyte infused, or even glacier sourced. Sounds fancy, right? Cut to, the person opens the bottle, takes a sip, pauses and looks confused. Voiceover. But here's the kicker. In most cases, you're not paying for better water. You're paying for branding, marketing, and a bottle that looks cool on Instagram. Visual. The person refills the designer bottle with tap water at home, labels it Glacier 2.0, and laughs. Voiceover. Let's break it down. A bottle of designer water can cost anywhere between $3 to $10, sometimes more. Multiply that by 20 bottles a month. You've just flushed $100 down the drain. On water that, in many cities, is just as safe and clean from the tap. Cut to, comparison chart, tap water, 1 cent versus designer water, $3 plus voiceover, and don't be fooled by terms like alkaline or pH balanced. Unless you have a specific medical condition, your body does a fantastic job balancing your pH all by itself. No $6 bottle required. Cut to, a reusable water bottle being filled up and tossed into a backpack. Voiceover. Want to actually save money and the planet? Invest in a good quality reusable water bottle. Fill it up at home, at work, or wherever there's a safe source. You'll save hundreds a year and help cut down on plastic waste too. Cut to, the original person, now confidently using their reusable bottle, walking past a fridge full of designer waters without looking back. Voiceover, friendly tone. Bottom line, unless it's made of gold and cures all your problems, spending money on fancy water is just that, fancy and unnecessary. Call to action, graphic. Stop wasting money, stay smart, stay hydrated. Opening visual, a busy morning street. Someone walks into a trendy coffee shop with upbeat music playing in the background. Voiceover narration, morning routine. For many of us, it starts with one thing, coffee. But not just any coffee. We're talking triple shot oat milk, caramel swirl lattes with extra foam, for $7 a cup. Cut to, person cheerfully pays for their coffee, walks out, takes a sip, and smiles. Voiceover. Sure, it feels good, tastes even better. But here's a question. How much are you really paying for that daily caffeine hit? Cut to, calculator on screen. $6.50 x 5 days a week by 4 weeks equals $130 month. Voiceover. Let's do the math. $6.50 a day, 5 days a week. That's over $130 a month. In a year, more than $1,500. All on coffee that you could probably make at home for a fraction of the price. Cut to, the same person looking at their empty wallet while sipping their designer coffee. Voiceover. The truth is, you're not just paying for coffee. You're paying for the brand, the vibe, and that tiny heart-shaped foam art on top. Cut to, a homemade coffee setup, basic but cozy. Person happily brewing their own coffee. Voiceover. You can still enjoy great coffee without breaking the bank. Buy a decent coffee maker or a French press. Grab your favorite beans, and boom, cafe. Quality coffee at home for 50 cents a cup. Split screen. $1,500 year on store-bought versus $200 year homebrewed. Voiceover. It's not about giving up what you love, it's about being smart with your money. Daily habits, even small ones, add up quickly. Closing visual, person walks past the same coffee shop, waves, and pulls out a reusable mug filled with their own brew. Voiceover friendly, confident tone. Skip the overpriced coffee shop flex. Brew it yourself, save money, and still get your daily caffeine fix, minus the financial hangover. Voiceover narration. Let's be honest, at some point, we've all been there. Motivated by a New Year's resolution or a burst of inspiration, we sign up for a gym membership full of hope and hype. Cut to, flashback montage, excited person, shopping for gym clothes, water bottles, new sneakers. Voiceover. You imagine yourself working out 5 days a week, getting in shape, living that fit life. But fast forward 2 months, and now that gym card is collecting dust in your drawer. Visual person sitting on the couch, watching workout videos while eating chips. Gym bag untouched in the corner. Voiceover. And while your motivation took a break, your monthly payments didn't. Whether it's $25, $50, or even more, that money keeps leaving your bank account. Cut to, calendar pages flipping fast. Bank statement showing gym $49.99 repeating every month. Voiceover. Let's say you're paying $40 a month, but only went twice this year. That's $480 spent. For 2 visits. That's $240 per workout and 0 results. Cut to, a calculator on screen showing the math with exaggerated shock. Voiceover. Here's the truth. A gym membership is only valuable if you actually use it. If you're not showing up, it's not an investment, it's a donation. Visual. Person cancels their membership online, then starts working out at home with a yoga mat and phone workout app. Voiceover. There are smarter ways to stay fit. YouTube workouts, walking, home equipment, or pay-per-session classes. Use what works for you without throwing money into a black hole. Closing visual. Same person, jogging in the park, smiling, saving money, and staying active. Voiceover, motivational tone. Remember, your fitness journey doesn't have to start at the gym, but your financial fitness, it starts by cutting out what you don't use. Opening visual. Person scrolling through their phone. We see icons for Netflix, Disney+, Spotify, Amazon Prime, and a bunch of other subscription apps. Voiceover, narration, ever. Feel like you're subscribed to more things than you actually use. That's because you probably are, and you're not alone. Cut 2. Email inbox. Subject lines say, your subscription has been renewed. Payment successful. Monthly billing confirmation. Voiceover, streaming services. Cloud storage, music apps, editing tools. They all add up, and while each one may only cost $5 or $10 a month, that number quietly multiplies in the background. Visual. Calculator, on screen. $12.99 plus $9.99 plus $6.99 plus $14.99 plus $4.99 equals $49.95 month. Yearly total appears $599.40. Voiceover, spending $50 a month on apps you barely open. That's $600 a year, gone. And the worst part, you probably don't even notice. Cut 2. Person tries to open Netflix but forgets password. Tries opening Disney+, but nothing new interests them. Voiceover, let's be real. How many of those platforms do you actually use? We often keep subscriptions just because it feels easier than canceling. That's exactly what these companies count on. Cut 2. The person looking shocked at their bank app, seeing monthly charges they forgot about. Voiceover. It's called subscription creep. You sign up for a free trial, forget to cancel, and suddenly, you've got 10 monthly bills you didn't plan for. Cut 2. Person sitting at a desk, unsubscribing from unused services one by one. Satisfaction grows with each click. Voiceover. Here's the fix. Take 10 minutes. Check your subscriptions and cancel anything you haven't used in the last month. It's that simple. Closing visual. Person happily watching one platform they actually enjoy, with a small plant and savings jar next to them. Voiceover friendly tone. Remember, it's not about cutting out all your fun. It's about being smart with what you really use. Don't let lazy spending steal your money. New tech drops. And suddenly, you feel like your current phone, tablet, or watch is outdated, even if it works perfectly fine. Cut 2. The same person. Scrolling Instagram, influencers showing off the newest phone. Earbuds, smartwatch, voiceover. Marketing does its job well. It makes you want things you don't need. Just because something is new doesn't mean it's necessary. Cut 2. Person wears their brand new smartwatch, only uses it to check the time. Meanwhile, their phone does the same thing, and more. Voiceover takes, for example, if all you're doing is checking notifications and the time, was that $400 really worth it? Cut 2. A drawer full of unused tech, old tablets, headphones, and unopened gadgets. Voiceover. We often buy gadgets thinking, they'll change our life. But after the first week, most of them end up collecting dust. Visual. Side by side. Price comparison, wants versus needs. Left side, new tech. Right side, savings, bills, investing. Voiceover. The truth is not every upgrade is an upgrade. If your current device still works, and you're not gaining anything useful, then you're just buying for status or impulse. Cut 2. Person deciding not to buy the latest phone, puts money in a savings jar, labeled future goals. Voiceover. That money could go towards something meaningful. Savings, an emergency fund, a course, or even a trip you've always wanted. Closing visual. Person confidently using their older but functional phone, smiling, walking past a tech store. Voiceover.com. Confident tone. Trendy tech might look cool, but smart money looks cooler. Think before you buy, especially when what you already have is more than enough.